In northern India live a nomadic people made of dancers and musicians. Their name means those who love snakes. They are the most emblematic tribe of the Rajasthan Gypsies, the Calbellia. My name is Raphael Treza. I'm a musician and filmmaker. I'm going to spend the next 3 months with the gypsies of Rajasthan. My journey begins in Mumbai. With a 15-hour train trip and a second-class sleeper. I arrive in Rajasthan in the Thar Desert, an arid land on the border of Pakistan. Punctuated by oases with generous and fertile land. Pushkar will be my base camp. A holy city, appreciated by the travelers for its hippie atmosphere. They come in order to discover Indian culture, like the Bollywood dance. On the road, I meet Biram, a Calbellia gypsy. He agrees to introduce me to his people and will be my translator. Biram's family is setting up a camp in their new workplace. They're going to make charcoal. Biram has settled here with his children and wife, Santos. How many children do you have?
Me have 3. 2 girls, 1 boy. Rahul, Kavita, Sona.
In order to make charcoal, they use the kata tree, a shrub that is prevalent around the fields and whose long thorns can bust tires. Its branches are mostly used to build walls in order to protect the village from wild animals like panthers.
Now have baby. Really? Yeah, cutting lakdi. Too much problem. This is my husband.
The tractor is stuck.
This is good. This is danger.
Straw has to be placed under the sand in order to remove the trailer from the fields.
पूरे फिल्म बनाए थे आप पिक्चर होते बाहर जाए तो 3 है मुझे हाँ चलो कोट डाल वो कोट बड़ी
Krishma is a sedentary Calbellia. She makes henna for a living. She sells it to the tourists. She's part of the first generation of gypsies who goes to school. She also teaches Calbellia dance to travelers who come from all over the world to improve their technique. Like Luna, a Mexican dancer. Krishma's family performs shows in hotels. Krishma's cousin, Sadhu, is a horse trainer.
राजस्थान जी से नमस्ते प्रणाम शुक्रिया एक बार और चल के बता दे खड़ा होके दिखा दे खड़ा हॉर्स ट्रेनर
I'm on my way to discover the nomad Calbellia's camps. Calbellia are nomadic agricultural workers. They're also shepherds. They are Hindus and were considered untouchable until this discriminatory practice was abolished in 1950. Biram invites me to a Calbellia music concert. It is the day of Holi, celebrated in the name of Krishna. Before entering any village, the way is blocked by locals who are asking for a fee in order to continue. 2 days a year, castes don't matter. The whole country lives in a joyful anarchy. Holi is also a celebration of colors. Hindus of all ages are getting involved in water and colored pigment battles. The youth then discovers night parties and sometimes alcohol.
बहुत तरीका गलत लगामला है जी और रोड
A police car comes and everybody escapes.
हटा दो फटाफट काय ते रास्ता रोक रहा हो कितना आदमी ते काय कर रहा है रंग पंचमी का मतलब Wow, nice. All gypsy people there. Another people know there like this. This all gypsy make house here. Look.
Calbellia are quite astonished when they discover my presence. I'll come to understand later that they have never met a foreigner before. The musicians are on the way to rock the audience until sunrise. On the way back, we stop to drink chai, tea with milk and spices. Biram wants to show me pets in a gypsy village. There's a rabbit, and a cobra. No poison?
No poison.
Yes.
I can touch?
What?
Really? Sure?
Yeah.
They assure me that its venom is often extracted,
No poison. You touch, no problem.
but its bite remains dangerous.
No poison.
When it's handled, a cobra adopts a peaceful behavior. Calbellia gypsies have it as a symbol. Dancers learn since childhood how to handle it while dancing. Biram's father-in-law, Surumnat, is a sedentary Calbellia. He sometimes catches cobras and exhibits them in villages around in order to make money. We leave with his son, Johornat. They're gonna show me their way to catch a cobra. Surumnat glimpsed at something. A nilgai, or blue cow, an Asian antelope. Once considered a nuisance because of their appetite for farming products, some gypsy castes were then in charge of hunting them. Prohibition of hunting in India in 1972 ended this habit. Surumnat finds a sleeping little python. He also finds a sand snake, the bogi, quite common in Rajasthan. Potentially dangerous snakes often cross the village. Biram finds a cobra's molt, and his father-in-law finds a nest. He catches a monitor lizard. Its bite can start septicemia, a life-threatening infection. Being too small to have its skin used as a drum, he'll be freed. These reptiles can reach a surprising speed. Relatives of Biram are going to show me the most dangerous lizard from Tar's desert. Its venom is said to be as powerful as a cobra's. Scientists only recently discovered that venom glands existed in some lizards. Yet not one Indian lizard species has been indexed as venomous. This animal, the fukan, looks like a Bengali monitor lizard. But it produces a blow as strong as a cobra's. This gives credit to the Calbellia belief that these lizards are dangerous.
No kill. Ola wo pacho beti.
ये थोड़ी खवा रहा चिबिट्री नहीं है ना
Oh, why like this?
it's going
चटवा.
On the way back, we meet women in a haircut session. And others who are digging a well. Part of the team leaves to mourn around graves.
This is my father.
In contrast to other Hindus, the Calbellia don't cremate their dead. With the Calbellia, funerals are celebrated with music and dancing. The most appreciated dancers receive bills. Calbellia may be at the origin of castanets, the cartals, simple pieces of wood or stones. Second day, looking for cobras with Rakesh, another son of Suramnath. Cobra's tracks can be seen in the sand. A nest and leftovers from a meal. A tortoise. And a swarm of very aggressive wild bees. In Rajasthan, bees are all over the place, at every water spot, where they bear the presence of other species. On buildings' walls, in temples, Rumal lives in a nomad Calbellia camp and takes me honey hunting. For safety reasons, children under 10 years old are not allowed. Rumal founded a swarm in a tree. He's gonna try to smoke them out with a beedi. Bees believe that a fire begins and start adopting an escape behavior. Back on the hunt for cobras with Rakesh and his young son. More more tracks in the sand. We meet a shepherdess. Rakesh finds a hedgehog, and after an entire day of walking, we give up hope of finding a cobra. In Biram's camp, after bringing wood, we need to chop it to pieces.
दरादर जोर जोर
याद को ना हाँ मैं फिल्मी बरियान मन पीर के नट बेटी बेटी टांका लेते जा रही फिल्मी गाते जा रही आते मरी मंगे चढ़े नखरे वाणी मरी मंगे चढ़े नखरे वाणी जबार गयो मंगे चढ़े मरी मंगे चढ़े नखरे वाणी मरी मंगे चढ़े नखरे वाणी जबार गयो.
After stacking the wood, we have a charcoal pile that needs to be covered with cloth, then with soil. You want a boy or a girl?
Boy. Yeah. Because girl big and after other boy love and she's going.
And how many children do you want?
Me too. Because two good. Good eating, good clothes and good school. And many is not good. What eating? Me eating, yeah, baby eating. Not problem.
However, Calbellia mainly wish for daughters, because their dancing shows are the most lucrative and valorized activity. Couples are often arranged from childhood, starting at the age of 5. And Calbellia's couples stay together for their entire lives. The wedding occurs during adolescence. Women are preparing a paste with flour and spices. The future groom is covered with it. His mother is performing ritual gestures. Gifts are offered to the family. Men of the family play gabu gabu, an instrument made with lizard skin. The young man is dressed with a rupee necklace. A mobile DJ has been hired and brings guests to the bride's house. On this day, 2 weddings will be celebrated. The girls are blessed by the families. And the intended spouses finally meet. There are several nomadic tribes in Rajasthan. One of those is composed of traveling musicians, the bopas, and their violins with so-called sympathetic strings, the rawanatal. And the bagria. Nomadic seasonal workers who have an extremely close relationship with their camels. Bagriyas were a tribe of hunters until this practice was forbidden. They have a peculiar practice amongst the gypsies. Binu, a Calbellia gypsy, will help by translating for me.
This for God, this is very strong God. He is never making sour. Never.
However, Bagriya do not smell bad. Extreme worship practices are widespread and respected in India. The kids have untied their camels and are letting them graze for too long. Raj and his little brother have to go search for them. Raj found his camel. On the way, we meet their mother, who didn't appreciate that the animals were left without a watch. Night falls on Surumnat's village. The family is watching TV when screams start to be heard. A snake is going across the village. Calbellias are called in order to catch it. It's a cobra.
ध्यान से बाबा जी
काम करो आए रहा
यार रुको तो सरे इन डागा खुलाई हूं ध्यान से पाचे रखो और अंगो तो उरना कसकान दांते सर हैन खने है नहीं थारो अरे मां नहीं सर हाय बाकाड़ खड़ा हो
Surumnat puts a cloth into its mouth in order to avoid being bitten while putting him into the basket. Dawn approaches the village. During the night, puppies were born. We're on our way to release the cobra, far from the village. The cobra must absorb the sun's heat in order to move. Calbellia also sell cobra's venom for a living. It's used in Ayurvedic medicine in order to prevent sight problems. Kanipavnachi, their main god, is pictured using this venom. The practice is confirmed to me by an Indian doctor. I accept that he applies dried venom on my eyes.
Now you do your eyes up and down, inside, close, just inside.
It burns during a couple seconds, then the pain blurs.
Up and down. Just wait. If you have anything dirty, you will come outside. It's not that bad.
At Biram's camp, it's time to start burning the charcoal piles. The minimum oxygen content helps the partial combustion of the wood that turns it into coal. Three days later, the charcoal piles have lost half of their bulk. We can then open them. European gypsies would come from Rajasthan. Thousands of Indians, composed of castes of artisans and mysterious musicians, were deported in the Middle Ages by the Persian, then the Ottoman army. Nomadic Indian tribes might also have migrated voluntarily into the country now known as Turkey, then Romania. After being enlisted in the Egyptian army, they came back to Europe, introducing themselves as Egyptians, where the word gypsy takes its origins.
Is it good? You like it?
The family then sells its production to a wholesaler, who will sell the charcoal on the market. Mira, Biram's sister, is getting ready for the biggest Calbellia festival of the year. Four days of celebrations, with concerts and dancing, gathering about 2,000 gypsies. First time you see a foreigner? Really? Ask this boy if he has seen tourists before. Festivals are the occasion to unveil your style. Calbellia are very careful about the uniqueness of their clothing. They design it themselves and have it made by local tailors. They have developed a unique fashion, which is perpetually evolving. Every evening, families join each other for a concert.
के बाद में जो भी चेतना का शब्द है देवता जो यहाँ विदेशी दादू हमारे बीच में है उनका मंच की ओर से वेलकम है
During the night, youths engage in dance battles. Once again, the audience gives bills to their favorite dancer. In the morning's cold, every family lights a fire. Chai is offered to me. Utensils are washed with ashes. In June, the temperature can reach 50 degrees Celsius, or 120 degrees Fahrenheit. The central tent is air-conditioned with humid cloths. The day proceeds in the tempo of dancing shows. Young girls invite me to join a makeup session. The time has come for me to leave the Calbellias. People for whom art is a lifestyle. Their knowledge of the desert, their peculiar style, their history, and their worldwide influence towards music makes them a unique people. India might lose part of its culture on the way to development. But I believe in the Calbellia's future. They will adapt and improvise, as they always have.